Hello, and welcome back to my bookshelf. Last time there was no bookshelf because my wife was doing a Zoom meeting right over there. Sotol. Last year, I did a blind tasting from my friend Jose, who gave me this thing right here. And I loved it. I didn't know what it was. It reminded me of Mezcal with little hints of cane juice-based rum, but also an interesting graininess that reminded me, in some respects, of some like like whiskey and other grain-based spirits. I enjoyed it. I gave it an 86, and when it was unblinded, it turned out to be a Sotol, in particular this Sotol, but not this bottle. So this is I went and bought my own because I loved it so much. This is I won't open this yet because it's a different lot. This is Jose gave me a lot 11, and this is lot 10. So this is La Higuera Sotol, made from Dasylirion Wheeleri, which is the main Dasylirion you see used in Sotol. It's the so-called desert spoon. All of the Sotols, so far as I know, are made from the same genus of plants, Dasylirion. But it's not the only plant in that genre. All of them are, incidentally, are types of asparagus, which is fun. If you ever wanted to drink distilled asparagus, there's a tradition of that. Come get it. They also make, this is also one I run out and bought. This is about $40. This is 10 more. This is distilled from Dasylirion Leiophyllum. Leiophyllum, sorry. I do know Latin, I just don't expect you to pronounce it. Declensions are fine, pronunciation, absolutely not. So what I thought we'd do is just taste through this new Sotol made from an alternative form of asparagus. The same one that I had a sample from. So I'm not going to open this bottle. I'm going to use the lot 11 here. And also, I had this in my cabinet. I planned to use it in tasting, and it never happened. This was probably close to a decade ago. This is probably a 2012, 2013 bottle. This is Sotol from Hacienda del Chihuahua. De Chihuahua, sorry. Now this is more of a mass production Sotol, to the extent that sort of thing exists. It's from Vinomax. This is obviously aged. It's an Añejo. So they say it's aged a maximum of 2 years. So, you know, who knows what maximum means in this case. But no more than 2 years in French oak. And bottled, this is the worrying part, at 38% ABV, which is the strength you see in a lot of tequilas. Also, if you actually go down to Mexico, packaging is mostly broken by now. There was this wax thing that broke, and there's this kind of crushed booklet thing. But I thought it would be fun to break out to try along. This one, they're not. I think this is also made from Desert Spoon, so the standard Wheeleri varietal. So we're gonna taste through all these and see what's what. All right, so here we're gonna start off with the new sexy Leiophyllum. I'm sorry, I'll put it down there. You can correct my pronunciation. And then we will have the standard Wheeleri, the desert spoon. That's the last of my sample. Sad days. It has such a great nose, though. And then to the Hacienda de Chihuahua. So I'm going to go through two of these a second time. I'm going to add water to these two, and then return to them. I will only go through the Añejo once, though, because I've tried it before. It does not like water. Do not add water to this. It does not deal well with water. So, and I'm just going to tell you in advance, this Añejo is not winning this. It's not bad. It's truly not bad, but you know, there's in this competition, no, it's not going to win this. Okay, so let's start out with the alternative route. So this is all distilled by master distiller Gerardo Ruelas, made in Chihuahua, of course. So it's sort of northern Mexican state bordering New Mexico and Texas. Cooked in a sort of wood rock oven, apparently. Double distilled in a copper alembic, and fermented in pine vats, which is kind of cool. The grinding done with an axe, which is also super neat. So very craft, very old school. Same stats on this one. Of course, it's just a different species. And this is lot 1, apparently, or is that a 7? I think it's a 1. So first lot of this Okay, really fascinating nose. It has this mix of graininess, but also some green notes, some slightly vegetal notes. It's hard not to think of asparagus, like particularly like the top asparagus, like the bit with the little leafy things. There's also some I'm getting some fresh shredded wheat. So you know, a little breakfast cereal in there. This lovely herbaceous notes. It's so asparagus, but also like just you know how wild grass can smell almost quasi minty, but not quite minty. It has its own sort of more grassy character to it. That's kind of what I'm getting here. There's also a lot of smoky, kind of not quite smoky. It's more ash, more like campfire ash, like you know, like just burned sticks, kind of white ash kind of nose. Grainy, herbal, ashy. There's a little wintergreen in here. Even like an olive, maybe like one green olive for fun. Old tea bags, a little bit of a. It's not funny, but like you ever go to like a furniture store and smell the cloth couches, the new ones? That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like a cloth couch, but brand new, straight from the factory. Not leather, cloth. A little nutty too. There's like a slivered almond note, and then cucumber. Actually, a lot of cucumber. And kind of like a cucumber soda note that I've gotten in other spirits before. It's very prominent here. Very, very nice nose. Extremely clean. It's just clean as a whistle. On the palate, I mean, what shocks me about well, these two Sotols, but a few other. So I've had a few like little artisanal Sotols since then, but I've come back to this range. The Higuera really seems to do a good job. It's the mouthfeel. This is very mouth-filling. It's just going all the way through my mouth. It's very creamy. It's very peppery, spicy. There's kind of spirity sweetness to this. And then like cream of wheat mixed with like bubble gum, and then that sort of herbal wild grass thing again, and the sort of asparagus tips thing again. Lots of stuff going on here, and it just feels big in the mouth. Oh God, that's good. It does that spirity sweetness. Not quite bubblegummy. A little bit bubblegummy. Oh, it's really nice. You're sort of getting this ashy sweet thing going on, mixed along with the grains and the herbaceousness. I forgot to mention the ABV on this is handwritten. It's 47.7. Maybe, sorry, I knocked down my mic there. Um, so not hugely strong, but a little bit above this one. Let's put it that way. Ashy, smoky, not industrial smoke. This is more like wood smoke, wood ash. Not hardwood, just like twigs and like campfire stuff. Some cinnamon, definitely. There's a little bit of a cinnamon toast crunch aspect to this. Oh, and a little twist of lemon in there. Yeah, little lemon spritz, but you're also getting some citrus oils as well, like some of the oil from the lemon skin got on there. Oh, that's nice. Cucumber again. Some minerality too. There's some like it's kind of a gentle saltiness to this. Rocks, smoke, ash, and that just little hint of lemon, the oil, but also the juice in there, just lifting the whole thing a little bit. This is a very refreshing, nice sipper. Someone out there is going to complain that this doesn't have quite the depth of some of the high-end mezcals, but I mean, for the price that they're selling it at, this does not need it. I mean, this is terrific stuff. I really like it. Okay, so moving on to this little brother. So again, this one I just had the Leiophyllum is about $50. We're moving back to the lot 11 of the standard stuff, the Wheeleri, bottled at 45 something. I'll put it down below. It was less than this one. This one is what is this? 47.1. Has a lot of the same notes, but a little bit more fruity, a little bit more, even more creamy actually smelling on the nose. Less overtly smoky, although there is a little bit of like a a charcoal brisket kind of thing coming through. A little bit of the same grassiness. Also, the lemon thing that is more hidden on the nose on this is definitely coming through more here. It's just sort of herbaceous graininess too, as very much the same. Also a little more overtly minty this time. There's some grapefruit there alongside the lemon. Brisket, a little oh, what is that? Just smells like rocks. Just smells like limestone or something like that. Just like you picked up some limestone rocks and you sort of just smelled them. That's what I'm getting. And a little hint of what is that? Do you know when you first open up a jar of mustard and you haven't mixed it enough and you try to pour it, and then that just kind of like fluid, the juiciness, whatever that is, comes out instead of like actual mixed mustard. This kind of there's a little bit of that sort of mustardy unmixed juice in there, and I really like it. On the palate. Not as mouthfilling on the, surprisingly, not as mouthfilling on the palate as the, can I just say the green label? I'm going to say the green label. The upper level, green label bottling fills up my mouth more, gives me more black pepper, gives me more creaminess. That being said, this is no slouch in that department. Let me try this one more time. Silkier, not as big, but silkier. Not as overtly ashy either. There's a little bit of a smoky character to this. And by smoky, don't think peat, don't think anything like that. We're talking like, campfires, campfire ash, that kind of thing. Minerality, porridge all day long. A little oatmeal in there. Herbaceous wild grassiness, kind of like this one. Not as asparagaceae, actually. It's actually more sweet. And I don't mind that. This one has a few more. How do I put this? Green Label has some things going on to sort of crowd out the sweetness. This one, White Label, Wheeleri, feels a little bit more clean. The sweetness, the sort of big spirity, creamy sweetness. There's nothing getting its way. It's very dominant on the palate. So, and it's very porridgey and slightly minty. A little bit of sort of ashtray creeping in there. Yeah, I have to say, having these two together, I don't actually like, at this point at least, I don't initially like one more than the other. I can say the White Label is maybe a hair more pleasure-driven and easy drinking, and maybe the Green Label is a hair more sort of austere and complex. But I don't think either one cleanly beats the other out. And given that the White Label is $10 less, that see where I'm going with this? Okay, moving on. Oh, I'm supposed to be adding water to these. All right, so I'm going to add a splash of water to both of these. This one is never getting any water, though. Do not think about it. I mean, 38% ABV. This has been watered down within an inch of its life. Okay, so Hacienda de Chihuahua Añejo Sotol. This is triple distilled. I think it's still pot distilled though. Aged in French oak, probably circa 2012, something like that. What else do I have to say about this? It's won many prizes, standards of purity, Vinomax, family jewel, etc. Anyhow, let's give it a shot. Incidentally, this is barrel number 751, if you're a collector. On the nose, I mean, it's not unnice. You can see the family resemblance between these two. I mean, it's cleaner. It's much cleaner than these previous two. Not cleaner. How do I put? Not cleaner is not the word. Produced and anesthetized is the wrong word, but it smells more commercial. Let's put it like that. I mean, so I'm getting from the French oak is giving this a kind of like caramel Tootsie Roll kind of character to it. And then as a kind of tertiary note, there's a lime candy component coming out. This is actually quite limey, which is nice. I don't hate it. And then you got those grainy notes. The porridge, the slight sort of wheat-driven herbaceousness. Yeah, like herbs. I can't even say like any particular, just herbs in general. It's not strong enough for any particular herbs to come out. A little grass in general. Cream soda, kind of like a little like cane juice coming through, little steams, and a little hints of like an ashy character, but nothing like these. I mean, this is just everything's been turned down, 4 or 5 notches. It kind of smells like a Cuba Libre actually, like soda and white and unaged rum, or de-aged rum, I should say, and a little lime. Not bad. It's just not very distinct. The Everything feels muted and muddled. On the palate, yeah, ooh. Okay, so I think, oh Jesus. I think the story on this is the timeline of how it sort of develops in the mouth. This kind of goes, eh, eh, eh. It's sort of. Let me try this one more time. Yeah. So on the arrival, there's practically nothing. There's a little bit of a sort of green, herbaceous character. And then it gets really interesting, actually. It's sort of shows up in the mid palate with this kind of cream soda, almost a Werner's ginger soda kind of effect. Have you had Werner's? It's this Midwest thing. Go try some Werner's. It's a useful tasting note. Kind of a Tootsie Roll thing, like like a smoked lime kind of like a characteristic. It's like even a little bit nutty, like a nutshell thing. The mid palate is very nice, and then just falls off a cliff into this kind of bitter, thin mess of just kind of ethanol and ash. Okay. Nothing. Oh, there we go. And it's gone. Oof. Yeah, this is just, I've complained about the low bottling proofs of Mexican spirits before. Like, here's Exhibit A. I mean, there's a lot going on here, but man, I mean, especially on the finish, it just ends up this kind of thin, unpleasant, bitter mess. Yeah. Oh, and I'm not going to add water to it because it would drown. It would just bring out more of that thin bitterness. I've tried it before. So I'm going to rate so the nose is actually kind of nice. I really enjoy that kind of cream soda, French oak and graininess and herbaceousness kind of thing going on. It's not bad at all. But I mean, the palate has a moment, which is exactly half a second on the mid palate, which is very nice, and then it's just kind of not there anymore. I would score the 79 points. Shows promise, just needs more oomph, just needs to be less produced, and that's all I got with this. 79 points. Not the worst thing in the world, but you can do better. All right, back to the Higueros. All right, so we're going to start with the green label with a squirt of water in it. Again, this is the Leiophyllum. Close enough? Close enough for my purpose? Okay. Okay, with water, it actually becomes more smoky, more grassy. A little more grainy too. There's just everything just comes right to the fore, which is what I want to see when I add a little bit of water to spirit. When I want it to open up a little bit. Rocks like limestone forever. A little like liquid smoke. The sort of little stuff that comes in a bottle. That's here. The sweetness doesn't really come out that much, which is nice. I feel like this is the more dry bottling of the two. I mean, it doesn't profoundly develop or anything, but it does develop, and that's great. Especially for something that's not, obscenely expensive. On the palate, with the green label. Oh, that's good. Gets even more mouth-filling. Let's start with that. Spicy black pepper. A little bit of olive crawling through now on the palate. It's there on the nose, but wasn't there on the palate before. And it's just ash and smoke and this delicious kind of grassy herbal candy thing with a little bit of, so if you could make candy with grass and herbs, but then throw, maybe a little spritz of lime in there, a little spritz of lemon too. That's kind of what this tastes like. And then you're going to cover the whole thing in ash and black pepper. I really like this. Yeah, I'm going to call this an 86 plus out of 100. This is very good. Yeah, both of these honestly beat the crap out of a bunch of mezcals in the same price range. If you're into that style of spirits, these are well worth exploring. They're really excellent values, in my opinion. All right, 86 plus for the green label. Onto the Wheeleri, the little white label. It's not exactly white; it's more like a cream label. Okay, I get a little gets a little bit like dessert-like on the nose. It gets much more sweet than this one did. It's not, the smoke doesn't really come out more. It's more like almost like a whipped cream kind of character on the nose. But you're gonna mix your whipped cream with porridge graininess, a little grassiness, a little herbaceousness. And there's not exactly smoke, but a certain minerality, a certain rockiness, like some crushed stones in there. And on the palate, God, these are good. Yeah, actually gets more creamy and mouth-filling with a little bit of water. Gets a little more peppery too. Not too much. Not anywhere near the green, where the green label is. Oh, this is really nice to drink. It's very, yeah, again, very whipped creamy, like cream of wheat mixed with actual whipped cream, mixed with, it kind of falls from the nose actually. And you're gonna mix all of that with your fresh wild grass, and there's something else in there. Spoonful of campfire ash and a little bit of a floral character, to a little bit of a, like you took some lilacs and you kind of ground them up and you threw them in with the mixture you've already created. Yeah, Okay, I'm going to stick with my previous score on this, which was an 86. Or, sorry. Previous score on the cream label, the Wheeleri, was an 86. I'm sticking with this. Probably, I do like the Dasylirion a hair bit better. I would, 86 plus versus 86. But honestly, is it worth the extra $10? If you want to sort of explore the style, absolutely. This is a great bottle. This is a great bottle of spirit by any measure, in my opinion. But as a value, the Wheeleri here this is just great. This is excellent stuff. And it's so, it feels to me at least more easygoing than a lot of the mezcals out there. More expensive, but also even in the same price range. Oh, that's my computer shutting down because I haven't plugged it in. Yeah, so let's stick with that. Sotol, if you haven't explored the category, these are, it is well worth exploring. So 86 plus for the Higuera green label, 86 for the entry level Wheeleri white, cream label if you like, and for the Hacienda de Chihuahua Añejo, 79. I would give it a pass. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I hope it was helpful, and cheers.